Yes, your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 17th, 2020. Shout out to my man Gamma Tattoo. I haven't heard from him in a long time. He sent this about 3 months ago. Brother Ali, Uncle Sam. God damn. What's going on, people? Hope everyone's doing well today, and welcome to another episode. Today, we are going to be looking at something that hit us out of nowhere by surprise. Uniswap last night announced their own token, similar to what SushiSwap did, because Uniswap didn't have their own token and didn't share profits with everyone. Looks like Uniswap has copied that model, that roadmap, and have come out with their own token. Yikes, they were giving away 400 Uni tokens to everyone that had, I think, an account and traded on the exchange before September 1st. So we're going to look into the details, and I'm going to tell you what I ended up doing with that money. At the time, last night, when I saw that hit my wallet, or I saw that pop up, and I got to give a shout out to the people in the Crypto Blood YouTube room on Telegram. They put me up on it. I saw something come out earlier on Twitter. I didn't pay too much attention to it, but it was reiterated in the room, and I went ahead and claimed those 400 tokens. So they actually airdropped 400 tokens, guys, last night. And guess what? They're trading right now at $3.51. Now, I didn't sell that high. I was able to sell mine at about $2.84, 85 cents, somewhere around there last night. Man, the Ethereum network was so congested. The GUI right here, or GUI, was up to 700 this morning. Crazy. The networks were so congested because everyone was trying to claim their tokens, and now it all makes sense. One, it makes sense to see. Last night I saw a pop on Ethereum come out of nowhere, which we went long, ironically enough, that same hour, or the next candle, not that same hour. So the next candle we went long with our algo, trading on Dudex, by the way. So check me out if you want to sign up for a free month worth of my algo on Dudex. You could do that with the link in the description below. But we got in long at $379. But the crazy thing is here, guys, I'm like, why did this pop up? So then I started to put all this together and figure it out. And then I saw the gas prices heading higher and the network slowing down. I'm like, what is going on? And finally, I realized that Uniswap actually dropped their token. So I personally think you're going to start to see Ethereum head higher. It's already past its last peak area, and so the next area we should see resistance at will probably be around $418, or if I just circle this area all the way across, this area is where you'll probably see the next area of resistance. But I also want to draw some parallels and help you guys understand what's going on behind the scenes. So I don't know if you knew Uniswap was a VC funded operation anyway, right? So was Coinbase, VC funded and born and raised. This doesn't surprise me to see Coinbase list Uniswap just hours after it launches. Now, normally it takes many months or even a year or so to get launched and listed on Coinbase. So they're in cahoots. I think they have some of the same investment VCs. Andreessen Horowitz, I believe, is involved in Uniswap, and of course it is in Coinbase. So we'll take a look at this as well. This is probably putting some more pressure under this token right now, and really for no reason. I'm going to show you what you should be doing with these tokens, not holding them and hoping and wishing it's going to be another Wi-Fi token. It's not. I'm going to show you the tokenomics and all that as to why that won't be the case. And one other thing I got to show you guys is a new section. I talked about it the other day, but a new section on CoinGecko that I think will be very helpful for you guys. It is the farm section, the top yield farming, but they also have some neat tools below the overview tab, market cap, impermanent loss calculator, and APY calculator. I want to show you guys the impermanent loss and go over that whole situation and why you need to understand what that is, because I just talked about Pickle yesterday, and guess what? Pickle got slammed. And I'm sure those who actually participated in the Pickle Power Farm on over there on Pickle Finance got slaughtered. They're probably in a situation where now they're in impermanent loss. And again, I'll go through why and what to look out for when you see that type of yield and what risks there are associated. There has to be risks with every move where you see APYs like that. So all of this is going to be covered on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Pretty focused in today, so sit back. But Before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. So before we get started, let's take a look at this heat map. Bitcoin down almost 1%, trading at $10,910, just shy of 11,000. Ethereum, look at that, up 7.4%, all because of Uniswap. I'm gonna be honest with you. Neo up 2, Litecoin up slightly, Tron is up 7% as well. I'm not sure why, but overall pretty much a green day for most of the altcoins, especially DeFi. Looking pretty good today. Link is up 3.7%. And here are the top winners over the last 24 hours. We've got Uniswap right there at the top, up 108%. Top losers though is D-Hedge, Power Pool, Concentrated Voting Power, not sure what that is. Cream, still getting creamed, down 68% over the last 7 days. These are the types of numbers you want to see when you're talking about buying into a position. You don't buy when it's the other way around. When you see stuff like Uniswap up 100% in a day, don't touch it. Do not touch those types of tokens. You're going to get slaughtered. Even if it goes up another 50% from that actual price, is it worth losing possibly 80-90% of your money on the downside? Because as it's going up, let's say it goes up 150%, now you're up 50%. Are you really going to sell at 50% up? No, you're probably going to hold until you lose all of it. That's typically how it goes, right? Stay away from that. And that's why I told you guys yesterday with Pickle. I'm like, if you want to mine Pickle, do it by adding liquidity to the maybe Tasty Tether or Salty Cents or one of the other ones where you're not exposing yourself to the actual Pickle. All you're doing is getting Pickle back out of the actual pool. You're farming Pickle, but you're not putting up Pickle and ETH for an LP token, because now you're putting yourself into an impermanent loss situation where you're stuck. And again, we'll go through all that. But as far as Bitcoin goes, still holding tight, still holding above that 10,600 area, that line I have drawn there. So we're looking good. We got, again, close to that line, but saw a slight rejection, and now we're heading back up again. Maybe we can try it one more time. But if I draw some lines here, you can easily see where we are with things. I'm gonna put my line right there, and there's a reason why I drew it this way instead of drawing it at this trough area. You'll have to ask me in the members room why if you want to know. But listen, this is how you really draw a trend line. But yeah, we broke below it but got back above there, and we're heading toward this area right here at 11,200. I think we're gonna break above it, but we're definitely going to see some resistance at 11,600. Not going to hold you up. Not going to act like it's all good from here. We may end up hitting this area and bouncing back down before heading higher. So that's all I have for that on the technical analysis for Bitcoin. But man, let's look at what happened with Uniswap. They just gave users almost $1,500, it says, of stimulus checks. Ethereum-based decentralized exchange Uniswap just launched its Uni governance token. 400 Uni can be immediately claimed by all traders and liquidity providers who interacted with the platform until September 1st. According to CoinGecko data, Uni has so far peaked at a price of $3.66, which that's old. It actually hit $4, meaning that each user had $1,400 worth of free money at that point. Masari's researcher Ryan Watkins described this as a stimulus for Ethereum users. This was a shocker for you. Early Christmas gift for sure. The 400 Uni that every Uniswap address was just airdrop is worth more than the $1,200 stimulus check that was sent to millions of Americans. It's basically a stimulus for Ethereum users. At press time, already 22,681 addresses held that token. Andreessen Horowitz, and this is what I want to highlight here, guys, is actually the one that backed the exchange, and they plan to distribute 1 billion of its tokens throughout the following 4 years, betting on its long-term success. But the lion's share of all Uni tokens, that's 60%, will end up in the hands of Ethereum community. The rest of the tokens will be distributed to the Uniswap team, that's 21%, and its investors, 17.8%. This is why, in my opinion, we saw Uniswap be listed so quickly. It was listed so quickly because Andreessen Horowitz has also invested in Coinbase. So it's mutually beneficial. It's mutually beneficial. Most projects wait months, even years, it says, for Coinbase listings, but DeFi protocol Uniswap has had its new Uni token added to the exchange, Coinbase Pro, in just hours after launching. This pretty much is a direct competition and shot back at SushiSwap, which is fine. This is how it should be. These are free markets. This is how this should all go down, to be honest with you. So we now have a competition between SushiSwap and Uniswap, and at this point, I'm just going to be honest with you. Uniswap is probably going to take back more of the lion's share, just simply because it had that brand name, it has the VCs behind it, and it was before SushiSwap the number one DEX in the game. And the only reason people left Uniswap for SushiSwap was because SushiSwap had a token that you could actually yield dividends from. This is the token, it's the sushi bar, but if you stake your sushi tokens for sushi bars, you will then yield yourself 183% APY per year, or what you should really look at is the weekly APY, because that should be closer to where it would be. This is why DeFi is king right now. I'm sorry. And this is not a Ponzi scheme right here, because this is all based on and is updated in real time. This is based off of fees collected. So as long as the exchange exists, which it will, it may not be as popular, and seeing that Uniswap is now back in the game, but as long as these types of fees are collected, you're getting a portion of this. Your only risk here would be the actual sushi price heading lower, which it could. But what you need to understand here, and I want to make this very clear, sushi has only 113 million tokens in circulation. Remember, I always say, don't look at the price, look at the circulating supply. That's more important, because then you can kind of see whether or not a price of a token is undervalued or overvalued. So personally, I think, like many DeFi tokens right now, a lot of them are undervalued, and sushi is one of them. But let's get back to this Uniswap token. This governance token, and that's what it is essentially a digital asset that allows its users to vote on decisions that affect the future of the protocol to which it corresponds. Holders can also use governance tokens to earn interest through an immensely popular liquidity mining scheme known as yield farming, the fruits of which have helped propel the decentralized finance sector to over $9 billion industry within a matter of months. So the batch of 400 tokens with Uniswap distributed to its users are now worth more than $1,200, offering thousands of users around the world a sizable windfall just for being an early adopter of the popular token exchange platform. It's a pivotal moment, they say, in the still short saga of decentralized governments. And already the Uniswap token is one of the most widely held digital assets in the DeFi game. And so here from Dune Analytics, you can see the total Uniswap tokens claimed, and that's 125 claims done so far. This shows you how many tokens are actually claimed so far. That is 77 million. And so this is slightly delayed here. They're showing 64 million, almost 65 million tokens in total circulation, but it's a little higher than that. The 1 billion is going to be distributed over 4 years, but still we got at least another 100 million or so tokens to be claimed, I would assume, here in a second. But here's the critical part, and what I think you should understand about this token. It is a token used for governance voting, right? But also is a token that you can yield farm. So what I mean by that is you can take two other tokens, create an LP token for that, just like people were able to do on SushiSwap. And so if you go over to app.uniswap.org and click the Uni button at the top left, you'll start to see the Uniswap liquidity mining pool. So in 3 hours, this is why I was telling people earlier today, I said, look, the price is elevated right now, but I would say it was 3 hours before rewards are being collected by those who have already deposited, which I'm one of them. I deposited ETH DAI, created an LP token for ETH DAI, and I'm going to be generating and collecting Unitrade tokens. Now, my thing is, you want yield. You don't want to just hold a token and just hope for an appreciation of it. Why not take some other assets, provide liquidity to the Uniswap platform, and actually create new Uni tokens from the mining? So you're going to start to see in another 3 hours, as I showed you guys, 3.5 hours, you're going to start to see an influx in the supply of Uni tokens. What is that going to do? It's going to drive the price, or at least put pressure on the price. I'm not saying it's going to drive it down immediately, but in the next couple of weeks, you're definitely going to see some selling pressure. I'm going to be one of them. I'm sure thousands of others are, from yielding or farming these Uniswap tokens. That's kind of the play I'm going for. It really was a straight flat distribution, because for some people who only traded a couple $100, for them to get $1,400 back is insane, versus someone maybe that has traded tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. $1,400 is not so much. But at any rate, you can put that money to work by combining that $1,400, maybe turn it into ETH or DAI, right? Or even any of the other stable coins, and match that amount with another token and create an LP token, where then you can start yielding uni tokens out of thin air. Again, rewards will start in about 3 hours at the time of recording. So that's my play on it. I don't think holding it and hoping it's going to be another Wi-Fi token. I personally don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think we're going to see that happen again. That was like a one-off, caught everyone by off guard, really, right? I don't think we can recreate that like people are trying to recreate the Bitcoin phenomena. You're not going to be able to recreate that. So take this airdrop, this stimulus, crypto stimulus check for what it is and put it to work. I think that's the best way to do that. But what I want to show you before we wrap up today is this impermanent loss situation, because it's very important for you. If you're going to start getting into the DeFi game, you need to know what your risks are. And there are risks. So if you click the farms tab at the top on CoinGecko, I love CoinGecko. They're so progressive, definitely outshining CoinMarketCap by a long shot. But if you go over to impermanent loss calculator, you can start to calculate what your impermanent loss looks like. So if the price of one asset changes, let's just say by 1%, and it's a 50-50 split, that's what they have to be. All the Uniswap pools and SushiSwap pools and even the Pickle pool is a 50-50. So if we take a look at what happened with, let's say we use the example Pickle, right? Let's say you were in the Pickle Party or Pickle Power pool. Saw those yields, they were like 2,700 or something yesterday or the day before when I talked about it. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to put my money in. So you go and buy Pickle, right? You actually go buy Pickle. Let's say you have, I'm just going to use a simple number. You got $1,000 altogether that you want to use for yield farming. So you buy $500 worth of Pickle and you buy $500 worth of Ethereum. So at that point, let's say asset one is Ethereum. Ethereum has gone up, let's say over the last 24 hours, 7%. I'm just going to say 6%. But let's say this one, the Pickle one, went down 76%. Your impermanent loss right now is 22%, meaning you've lost 22% of your funds, the LP value, that LP token value. You've lost 22% of that. So you're kind of put in a situation where now you have to wait unless you want to withdraw your LP tokens and actually realize those losses. If you don't want to do that, you're going to have to wait and hope that the price of Pickle doesn't continue to slide down, because remember, you're actually generating Pickle from providing liquidity, right? So if the price keeps going lower, it's going to take more Pickle tokens for you to close that gap of 22% loss. Those are the things you got to keep in mind. You're going to have a scenario where it gets to the point, let's say you lose 99% of your money, or the price of the asset goes down 99%. We've seen that happen. Well, guess what? You've lost 80% of your LP value, LP token value. Just got to keep that in mind, guys. And I'll drop this in the description below, or I'll pin it. But this is a very neat video from Finematics, which he talks about impermanent loss in a visual manner. Very well done. So I'll drop that in the description below so you guys can check that out. But yes, there is now competition in these streets for Sushi Bar, which is good. Competition is great. It only makes both parties better, and we'll see who wins. I'm personally thinking, and I still have some of my funds over at the Umami pool, which is doing pretty well, still 139% yearly, 11% monthly at this point. But we'll see who wins out. I did move funds over back to Uniswap. Once we got those tokens, I took that money and added it to more money to then deposit in the ETH DAI pool to start yielding here in about 3 hours. So that's my play. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. I'll try to get to them. And shout out again to my man Gamma Tattoos for the song request, Brother Ali, Uncle Sam. Goddamn. If you found this video informative, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here, people. Holla!